something extraordinary happened in the fall of 1903. A creature, winged, glowing, and utterly inexplicable, descended upon the townspeople, leaving them terrified and forever changed. It began late one night when a local businessman named U.G. Griffith walked home along Main Street. Fog drifted across the road, and a pale beam of light swept over the rooftops, as if searching for something hidden in the darkness. At first, he thought it was a new electric spotlight, rare in 1903 and almost unheard of in small towns like Van Meter. But this light wasn't coming from a lamp. It was coming from something alive. He froze as the beam drew closer. A vast shape glided overhead, slate-gray wings wider than a man was tall, moving without a sound. And in the center of that silhouette, a glowing white-blue horn, shining like a lantern from another world. The light struck him full in the face. He stumbled backward, blinded, and by the time his vision returned, the thing was gone. By morning, the story spread. Most didn't believe it. Van Meter was a practical place, not the kind to entertain talk of monsters. But the next night, another man saw it. Dr. Alcott, one of the town's most respected citizens. He awoke to a strange humming, a mechanical buzz, like metal vibrating behind a wall. When he looked out his window, the source hovered above a telephone pole. Wings folded tight, horn blazing bright. Then, with impossible speed, it lunged toward him. The horn pressed against his window, flooding the room with white blue light so intense he felt the heat pulse against his skin. By the time he staggered back, the creature had vanished into the darkness. The next morning, townsfolk found deep, 3-toed prints outside his home, pressed so far into the soil no known animal could have made them. By now, the whole town was uneasy. Guns were loaded, doors were locked, people spoke in hushed tones at the general store, and still the being returned. This time, it perched atop the Van Meter brickworks, its horn flickering through the haze like a ghostly beacon. Witnesses described slate-gray skin, wings draped like a cloak, and a slow turning of its head, as if observing them with deliberate intelligence. Then, without a sound, it spread its wings and vanished into the night. Even the skeptics were shaken. Night after night, more sightings came. The same horned silhouette, the same pale glow drifting through the fog, the same feeling of being watched. One man, Peter Dunn, even fired 5 shotgun blasts at it. He swore the pellets passed straight through, as if the creature were made of smoke. Fear overtook the town. By the 5th night, a group of miners and townsmen formed a hunting party. followed the glow south toward the abandoned mine. The air smelled of coal dust and ozone. The humming returned, louder now, vibrating through the earth and making the loose stones rattle under their boots. A faint wind drifted from deep within the mine shaft, carrying a metallic scent none of them could place. And then, two shapes emerged from the darkness. Two creatures, not one. Both stepped into the torchlight, wings folded tight, horns glowing like drifting stars. For a moment, no one moved. The larger one tilted its head slowly, then released a piercing shriek that echoed up the valley walls. Both creatures took flight in a blur of motion, rising into the darkness. Gunfire echoed through the mine, but when the smoke cleared, the creatures were gone. Not a feather, not a drop of blood, nothing. At dawn, the townsmen sealed the mine entrance with rock and timber. They swore nothing would ever come out of that place again, and none of them ever returned. And nothing ever did. The sightings stopped. The light vanished. Life in Van Meter returned to normal, as if the whole thing had been a fever dream shared by an entire town. But those who lived through it never forgot. They described not a monster, but a presence, intelligent, ancient, and aware. Something that moved with intent rather than instinct. To this day, no explanation fits. Some say it was an undiscovered species disturbed by the mine. Others believe it was something older, a guardian of whatever lies beneath Iowa's soil, a presence that returned to the depths only when its warning was delivered. Whatever it was, it left behind only silence and a story that refuses to die. The Van Meter visitor still haunts the fog between memory and myth. Another story added to the Moonlit Archives.